In this session, we are going to learn about OOPS, Object-Oriented Programming System. First, I have listed few terminologies to know about before starting our code. First of all, what is object-oriented? So in real time, whatever you are seeing is an object. So every object has its own attribute or mechanism. If you take headset, it has its own dimension, own functionality, what it can do, what it can't do. So all that functionalities are there. And you can take any object, laptop, computer, or your any real-time object, pen, paper. Every object has its own attribute and functionalities and dimensions, a lot of things that's specific to one type of object. Okay, let's say animal is an object, but there can be multiple categories of animal. All of those individual animals can have its own behavior, own actions, so like that. So basically what is class is, it's a representation of a real-time entity, real-time object. When we say headset, that's one class. In headset there can be multiple varieties, multiple colors, different size, different types. That doesn't matter. What is a class means? A blueprint of real-time object. So when I say blueprint, suddenly one thing could have crossed your mind, our building blueprint. Okay, what is that? Let's take that as an example. What are all the information will be in one building blueprint? Okay, how many rooms, what are the sizes, and how the design should be, and what are all the where those individual rooms should be placed, and what is the measurement, and all those what's the wall thickness, and what's the door, where the door should be placed and where the window should be placed. So all this information will be in that blueprint that is required for one building. So once you are ready with that blueprint, you can give that blueprint to any builder and you can build your own building using or following by that blueprint design. Exactly the same we are going to see here. What is class? Class is just a design of an object. And what is object? Whatever you are creating from the class, from the design, that's called object. So you can see the difference between these two. Class is the design or blueprint. Object is something which has been generated from this class or design or blueprint. Okay, this is a simple explanation for OOPS. Why should we go for this design? There are a lot of functionalities like encapsulation. First, you should understand what is encapsulation. Encapsulation is hiding some elements from outsider. So let's say we have one secret room in our building. That's in the blueprint, but I cannot reveal that to outside. Okay, I have a secret room, so everyone who wants to see my house will see that secret room. It doesn't work like that. If it is like that, then it's not a secret room. So like that, we can have some properties or attributes which we can hide from outsider view, which is object view. Direct manipulation of such elements can be avoided. That's called encapsulation. People will say that as a data hiding as well. We have the data, but we are hiding that from outside view. What is overloading? Overloading, generally what does it mean? There is something exists, but I am trying to change its functionality. That's called overloading. Let's say I have two numbers. When I add two numbers, I'll be getting an arithmetic value of those numbers. When I add the same, when I use the same operator plus with two string, you're getting a different behavior. You're getting those two strings concatenated. So how it has been done in Python? Using overloading. So we'll see how to handle that as well. What is inheritance? What's the literal meaning? Okay, I have one building design. My father built that house. Now I want to change its functionality a little bit, but I don't want to disturb the design. So that's called inheritance. I take the design and I'm modifying to suit my requirement and I'm reusing that. In that case, this is the functionality of inheritance. So you get the standard functionality, you modify for your own purpose. That's called inheritance. What's overriding? Overriding is when I am inheriting something, it may have some options which I don't like. So I want to change that to my taste or my design. So that's called overriding. I am changing the default functionality with my own functionality. That's called overriding. So these are the terminologies. You can read further about these terminologies in OOPS concept. Now let's try to code this in Python. We can take the same example. I am going to prepare one blueprint for building. How to create a class? We have a keyword called class, and class name suggestion will be to start with capital character. Okay, I am starting building and I have colon. Okay, now I am going to create a class named building. So this is the information about a building, correct? So to provide this, we have two methods, constructor and destructor. What is constructor? If you want to initiate some data, some attributes while creating the object itself, that's called constructor. Destructor, when you delete that object from memory, what are all the actions to be taken care? So constructor will be called once when you create an object. Destructor will be called once the object is getting deleted from memory. So let's try to see what is that constructor and destructor, how to define in Python. This is an init method which will start from double underscore. This is a private method or private variable. We use this functionality. We use this double underscore. If it is a variable is private to this particular class, we'll start with double underscore. If the method is private to this particular class, we'll start with double underscore. Okay. Here I have one more keyword, self. What is self? Self will always represents a current object. Okay, using that blueprint, different people can build a home. So let's say person A and person B is building home using the same blueprint. Okay, so the self will differentiate those two person. When person A calls this class, the self will contain the information about person A. When person B calls, the self will have information about person B. That's what self. In other languages, people will refer this as a this, like this, but in Python we refer self. Okay, so this is the plan for 2 BHK. Let's assume. Okay, to start with, I'm going to declare bedroom information. Okay, why I am declaring this self dot? Because the object which is going to create this design will have this bedrooms. What is the object which we are going to prepare using this design? Our actual building. So when we are designing 2 BHK or any building, we'll have bedrooms information as well, right? Okay, now I am defining this as a dictionary because I'm going to have 2 bedrooms, master and secondary bedroom. So let's have master bedroom dimension. What is the master bedroom dimension? 8 by 10. Okay, I have secondary bedroom. What is that? 6 by 10. Okay, now we have declared. Now I am going for hall. What is the hall? I have only one hall, so I'll declare this as 8 by 10. Don't ask me whether is it okay to build this much size hall, this much size bedrooms. This is just a convention. Okay, now self.kitchen. kitchen size I am declaring 6 by 10. Okay, now I have 2 bedrooms, 1 hall and 1 kitchen. Fine. Now we have the basic information about that building. If you want, you can declare further wall thickness, something like how to say 10 cm. I don't know. 10 centimeter. 10 centimeter is a little bit high. I don't know. Okay. Now this is a constructor. If we have something to delete, when we remove this object, we can use this del method, which is a destructor. When object getting created, this method will be called. When the object gets deleted from memory, this method will be called. So for now I am just printing object is getting removed from memory. Just a simple message. Okay, now this is the attributes for this class. Okay, now we have defined simple class. Now I am going to use this class. How to use this class? We need to create an object from this building class. We need to create the building. We need to build the actual object from the design. So what is my object? My dream house. Okay, how to create an object from this class? Name the class and bracket. So this is how we create an object from the class. Okay, now I am trying to print my dream house. Okay, now you can see when running what you are getting. Main building object. This building is a type. This is the object. Why we got getting removed from memory also? Because our script exited from here. So all the garbage will be collected in Python automatically. So all the temp variables, the memory objects which you have created, it will be removed when you exit the program. So when we exit this program, this object will be getting deleted. That's why this del got called. Okay, now I don't want to display my object like this. I want to give some meaningful name. To do that, we have one method called _str. Str is like string representation of our object. So what I am going to do, if I have 2 bedrooms, I'll be saying 2 BHK. If I have 3 bedrooms, I'll be saying 3 BHK. So what I'm going to return means like instead of printing, I am just returning the data to whoever called this. Okay, when we attempt to print this my dream house, this is a place where we call our object. So automatically whatever the data we are giving here, this will be returned back to this place. So it will be printed in the screen. So let's see, return one string, and this is my number of bedrooms specification. So here I am saying bed, and this is the length of hall and kitchen. Let's assume now we have only one hall kitchen. Okay, but the bedrooms can be changed because we have declared that as a dictionary, so it can change. Okay, now let's see, we need to get the number here automatically. How to do that? You use length method on self dot bedrooms. So this is how you access your class attribute. Okay, now I have written the number of bedrooms and I am saying BHK, bedroom, hall, kitchen. Now let's try to print what you got, 2 BHK. So here we have 2 bedrooms and hence we got 2 BHK. Okay, fine. Now we have seen how to represent an object and how to create the object and how it's getting deleted. Now what if I want to say my bedroom configuration is, you can't decide. I need to decide my bedroom configuration. In that case, you can pass the configuration while creating the object itself. So here I have one parameter called bedrooms. So when creating an object, you can pass this bedrooms. Here I am making this as optional, so I am declaring none. So what I am going to do here, I am going to pass my bedroom configuration in a dictionary. I have only one bedroom, master, and I am saying this as 6 by 10. So my plan is maybe like a very small square feet size. So I am specifying master itself is 6 by 10. Okay. Now let's try to show this information. How to get this information or how to see this information. Once you create this object, you can access that object attributes by dot notation. You can get by just object name dot your information, bedrooms or whatever the variable here. Okay, now let's print. You saw master and secondary, but this is the one which we have declared here, but here I have passed my own configuration. So this should so that should be reflecting here. So how to do that? Since I am passing bedrooms, I can check whether bedrooms is passed here or not. If it has been passed, I need to store that for this object. If we don't pass that object, you take the default one. Very simple logic. If you don't pass any information, then this object will be none, then this condition will fail, then we have this default configuration. If we don't have this, and if we have received some data from here, then you assume that data for this object. So let's run now. Now you can see whatever you have passed. Okay, now I have customized my building using my configuration. So this is how you instantiate or create an object from class by passing a parameters to constructor. Okay, now we have seen how to access the attributes as well, like this. Now there is something called private attributes. How to declare that private attributes? I have self. Now I am going to provide secret room. To do that, you need to start with double underscore secret room. Where is that secret room? Beside master bedroom. This is how I am defining my secret room. Now I told this is a private variable to this class or private attribute to this. Now let's try to access that. I have created an object. I am trying to access that private variable, secret room. Okay, secret room. Let's see what we are getting. What it says, building object has no attribute secret room because that's a secret variable, private variable. So how to access this or change this? We need to define our custom setter and getter method. Generally we'll say setter method is like to set the value to our private variables. Getter methods is like to get the value from these private variables. Now I am going to define one simple function, get secret room information. Okay, here I am passing self because you can call this method by object only. You need to create the object, then only you need to call this method because the self will receive that object. Now I'm going to return self dot secret room. When you access this method, you can see this data. This doesn't give me anything, so what I'm going to get is get secret room information method. Now let's see, run. Now you got this beside master bedroom. Okay, what is the difference? You cannot directly access this variable, but you can access, or a designer or this blueprint object creator can provide an access to see this secret room. Maybe here there can be an authentication to verify who are you, and after that it can show this. So let's say enter password. I'm asking input enter password to see secret room info. Okay, now if enter password, here I am statically checking the value. If it is 123, return this. If there is a invalid password, sorry, your password is wrong. Okay, let's try to run this. It's asking enter password to see. 123, I'm entering. Okay, here it says beside master bedroom. Fine. Now, usually when you enter password, your password should not be shown here. Okay, to do that, we have one module from get pass, import get pass. Okay, I can import like this also, get pass, import get pass. Okay, now instead of using input, I'm going to use get pass. Get pass. Okay, now let's see the difference. Run. It's asking password. I'm entering 123, but it will not be printed in the console. So this is a way to get secret information from terminal or command line. Okay, now we have our secret room configuration. Now I want to see my floor plan. How to see the floor plan? Def show plan. This is my method, and I'm going to print whatever the configuration here. I'm going to show print f string number of bedrooms self dot bedrooms. I need to get the length. Okay, then the same line I am copy pasting 2 times. Number of, okay, number of halls, number of kitchens. We can specify like this. Generally this will assume like you may have 1 hall or 1 bedroom also, so you need to logically understand this plural notation here. Okay, now I'm going to say this hall. Here if you want, we can declare like a list also to get the length. You can have 2 kitchens. Okay, now length of self.hall, self.kitchen. Okay, when you print, here we have 1 big HK, right? Since we have changed this to a list, we can attach this here as well. 1 number of hall and number of hall here, number of bedrooms there, and 1 more self.kitchen length of. Okay, this can return you how many kitchen, how many bed, how many halls. Okay, now I'm printing here show plan. Let's call this as well. Let's comment this out because it will be asking input from us. So my dream house dot show plan, this is the one. Okay, I'm running like this. You can see 1 number of hall, 1 number of bedrooms, 1 number of halls, 1 number of kitchen. Okay, now what is this none? Here I have printed. So when you call show plan, it's not returning anything. So how to do this? You need to prepare one output equal to one empty string. What I'm going to do, output plus equal to our assignment operator, output plus equal to output plus equal to. Okay, now at end of this I am putting one new line /n, as I have already told you. Okay, now let's see, the output will be proper. What is that says? Okay, this is invalid. Okay, now let's try. You can see sorry, now we have prepared our output. We need to return this output so it can be printed here. So now you can see one number of hall room, one number of bedrooms, one number of hall, one number of kitchen. Okay, now after that it's getting removed, our destructor got called. Fine, now we have somehow proper building structure. Now we need to see what is inheritance. Now we have seen what is class, what is encapsulation. This is what encapsulation, hiding the variable from outsider. Now how to change this, we have seen get secret room info. Likewise we can move or set secret room information as well. Set, there is no compulsion like the function name should be starting with get or set for your information. And I am self. Okay, now I am entering self dot secret room equal to moved to secondary bedroom, moved beside secondary bedroom. Okay, now we can test this by get this and just my dream house dot set secret room information. First it will be beside master bedroom. After that we are changing the private variable, then we are checking the information again. Okay, now it printed the plan 1 2 3. Okay, beside master bedroom. After that this function got called, so it could have updated. Now it's again asking password. You can see what happened here. Sorry, this will this is like a, it will be checking the values. Instead we need to assign this to the private. Okay, now it printed, I am asking 1 2 3. Okay, it changed. Now let's see, you can see moved beside secondary bedroom. Okay, so these private variables you can't access directly, but you can access through utility methods like set or get methods. Okay, whatever you have declared using self keyword, this is called method attributes. There is one more thing, class attributes. Here I am saying total buildings built equal to 0. Okay, now you can see total buildings built using this design is 0 as of now. When you create one new building, your constructor will be called, right? At that time what I am doing, I am incrementing this by 1. Fine, and here I am removing all this or commenting this out. Here I have more money and I am going to build one more house. Anyway, that's not true in real time. Okay, building. Here I am not specifying any bedroom information, so I have 2 buildings now. I am going to check my building dot total rooms built. You can see the difference. Here I am checking or getting this class variable by specifying class name, not with object name. So since this is declared as a class level, not inside any of this or not inside self keyword, so we can access with class name. So the same I'm going to print here. Let's see, run total buildings reference. Okay, so